How vibes, everybody?
Hey, let me get up there. Oh,
yeah,
there we go.
Get in the
Hey,
right spot. So, welcome to today's Vibration live stream. We're going to be sharing a video on lucid dreaming experiences. This is Astro's, personal vlog, basically on just, his experiences with lucid dreaming. And I'm sure he mentions, the workshop in there. He does have a dream recall workshop as well on the website. So anyone that's interested in that, we'll leave a link in the replay of this for you guys to check that out. If you're interested in getting more dream recall or just being more aware of your dreams, it's a really valuable tool to be able to tap into your dreams, whether it's just even remembering your dreams and then getting into lucid dreams where you have more awareness and control of the dream reality. It's a very important thing. If you wanted to say anything on it as well.
Yeah, and if you guys have any questions or anything, you guys feel free to ask them in the chat, or we're gonna leave a little section towards the end to where we'll answer questions and stuff. But yeah, the workshop definitely helped me, usher me into a lot of lucid dreaming, dream recall, and just really connecting a lot of the dots with the dreams as well. So it's not only just having the dreams, but understanding a bit more of why I'm having certain dreams and what they mean. So the workshop goes pretty deep into all of it on the spiritual, mental, and even the physical level. So I'm kind of excited for this one. Let's do it.
Let's get right into it. Chilling with Astro. It's the classics.
Yeah, for real.
High vibes. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Astro Solsin. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about some of my lucid dreaming experiences that I've had in the past. Don't normally like to talk about my personal experiences that I had. Every once in a while, I might share some here and there, just because I don't want people to expect their experiences to be exactly like mine. So I rather just leave that, up to them and up to their imagination and their mind, what ends up happening in their dreams and their lucid dreams and stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and share some of my experiences just to, help inspire and motivate anybody out there that is.
Yeah, so I definitely wanted to say too, I love that he does that. I love that he leaves the room open for you to have your own experiences, because I've in the past watched certain YouTubers and just read certain books, and they explain things this is exactly how it's supposed to be. Just like the astral realms, when you go into astral projection, this is what it's like. But in reality, everybody's experience is different. And if you put these expectations and it's not going according to that expectation, you're like, man, I'm not lucid dreaming, or man, I'm not astral projecting or experiencing certain things. That must mean, I'm not an indigo child, or I'm not this and that. And all of that is just BS. It's all programming just to kind of keep your mind in a certain box, if you will. You can't have any expectations going on to your spiritual path, because I had all these ideas of I'm gonna start having visions and I'm gonna start being able to see auras and this and that, and in a way I did, but it wasn't how I expected it to be. It wasn't That's So Raven episode where I'm and then having a vision and I can just tell everybody yeah, I just had this vision, don't do this, don't do that. It's not like that at all. And even my lucid dreaming experience, it wasn't how I thought it would have been. And so, don't set any expectations. Let your growth be natural and in the flow. And if anything, it just makes things more exciting for you in your path.
Definitely can agree with that. And how you're saying, with having visions, or even your dreams, you got to realize it's all symbolic. There's messages in between. You can have the weirdest dreams sometime, and you'll wake up and be well, that meant nothing. That had nothing to do with anything. But really, it's your subconscious has ways of being symbolic. So just my dream experience, if I go through something, I might try and tell that to someone, and they might not see the deeper symbology behind it. But then in my own personal experience, if I take the time and decode that, I'm gonna have my own interpretation of that. And that's why it's important that you have that firsthand experience. And they even have psychics and stuff oh, let me read your dreams for you, let me decode your dreams for you, and that's cool and everything. But that's why Astro gives us that room to grow and experience it ourselves, so that we can be the ones. You can be your own psychic, you can be your own dream decoder. You don't need anyone in between you, you know, to get that level of experience, to get that level of awareness.
So true. And real quick, it syncs up too with what you just said, because War 44, he was just like, I always want to tell people in my dream that I'm dreaming and they don't talk back. It's pretty crazy, because like how the dream realities can work, and I don't want to get too much into it because, you know, we want to go over the video and stuff, but how like it's connected to your own subjective like consciousness and you know, subconscious, and then how it's like connected to the collective subconscious, so you can actually dream with other people. And we've had experiences in the spiritual community that we're at, Reprogram the Matrix, where we actually can meet up in the dream realms, and like, you know, I'll be telling them about my dream and they're like, no way, I remember that, like I dreamt that as well, and then this and this happened. We're like, yeah. So it's pretty cool, because not a lot of society can actually remember their dreams. And if you're somebody that hasn't been able to remember your dream for a while, definitely start tuning into this type of information, and make sure it's true, you know, pure information. You know, you're getting away of the expectations from like, oh, a dream is just a dream, it's just a part of your subconscious. Start looking at it from a deeper level, but then also making sure that you're not like just following blindly with these people, because they will, you know, your subconscious mind is like a computer, right? And computers, you know, got the JavaScript, they got all these different types of scripts that it's running off of, and you don't want to run off of somebody else's script where they're creating scripts for your own dreams, because that is possible. Look it up, do your own research, inner search and outer search. It's been proven, like, yeah.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, just have your own experiences, guys. That's the biggest thing, you know, we want to promote into you guys, is just have your own experiences, and that's where you're going to get the most value. That's going to be the most, like, value to your path individually as well as, like, you know, objectively.
Yeah.
So, without further ado, let's get back in the video and hear what the MC has to say about his experiences.
Yeah.
Trying to learn how to dream recall and lucid dream and things like that. I'm gonna go ahead and share two of my experiences that I had. The first experience is gonna be about the first lucid dream that I can recall from, you know, my childhood experience. And I'm gonna share that one with you, and I'm gonna share a second lucid dream that I had, and this one was actually the first lucid dream that I ended up having once I started to train to lucid dream. You know, I forgot how to lucid dream, even though I could do it as a child. You know, that ability to do that just faded away as I got older and older and started to neglect my dreams and stuff. When I was probably around the ages of like 7 and down, I would lucid dream and astral project and have all types of dream recall and everything. And over time I lost that experience, but I was able to start practicing and get that ability back again. I'm gonna go ahead and get into my first childhood lucid dream that I can recall. There might be, you know, more before that. I'm pretty sure there are, but I can't remember all of my lucid dreams that I had because there's so many. But the first one that I can actually remember doing is when I was probably at the age of 4 to 5. I was in my backyard and I was playing on my bicycle. Yeah, I was on my bicycle, and my brothers and sisters were all in the backyard too. And we lived in a townhouse, so the backyard wasn't like an actual backyard. It was actually pavement. It was a parking lot behind all of the townhouses, and there was a long road that kind of went up the hill where this, you know, these townhouses were at. They were all lined up next to each other, and then behind them there was like the parking garage, the parking spots, and then behind that was just a long road. And then towards the end of one side of the road there was, you know, some trees and dirt and stuff, and that was kind of like, I guess you would say, our backyard. You know, I appreciated it. Actually seen some pretty wild stuff in that area, even though in some of my other backyards I didn't see things like that. I ended up seeing a snake one time. My sister seen a scorpion. But anyways, back to my story. So the lucid dreaming experience that I had when I was younger, I was in this backyard, or this makeshift backyard, and I was playing with my sisters and my brothers, and we were on our bikes and stuff, and I ended up going up to the top of the hill, got off of my bike, and I was like, you know what, I think I can fly. I started running as fast as I could, and then I just jumped up and I started flying, and I ended up flying up hecka high, and I could see like the rooftops. I could see my brothers and sisters and like some of the other neighborhood kids playing around in the street and everything. And then eventually I fly back down, and I get down back on my bike, and then I ride down to the bottom of the hill, and then I'm telling everybody like, hey man, I was just flying, blah, 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 blah. No one believes me. The funny thing was, after I had this lucid dream, I actually remember believing that this really happened. I didn't realize that it was a dream at that age. I thought that I actually did that. I thought I actually flew, and you know, I thought that my brothers and sisters were all there, and that event actually took place. As I got older, I remembered, you know, hey, that was actually just a dream. That didn't actually happen, but it was a lucid dream. And how do I know it was a lucid dream? Because when I was in the dream, I didn't start off creating the dream or anything like that. I was just inside of the dream. I was playing around with my brothers and sisters and stuff on my bike, and I became lucid that I was in a dream, but I wasn't really thinking about it being a dream. I just became lucid and decided, hey, you know what? I want to fly. Once I actually woke up and I was hearing this physical reality, I thought that it was actually a real experience. It wasn't until I was older that I realized it was actually a lucid dream. So now I'm gonna get into the second experience that I wanted to share with you all on lucid.
Yeah, just one thing I wanted to say on that too is like, that's the thing when like you realize that your dreams are just as valuable as like your experiences in the physical reality. You know, as a kid, you know, you have a lot of dreams, and you realize like, you know, because you're tapped into that state, you realize like it seems like just real. You know, just like when you wake up and you have like a bad dream and you go to your mom's room and you're like, oh mommy, there's like a monster in my room. You're like, no, there's not. But like that dream that you had, that was like a real experience for you, and you felt like you were really there. And I can actually like even recently I've been getting back into my dream recall a lot more, and that's something I experienced even just the night before. Like I was telling him earlier, like I'm not gonna go into the dream or anything because I wanna you know get back to the video, but like I felt like I was in a roller coaster, and like I had gotten like thrown back in the roller coaster, like out of my seat and stuff, and I woke up and it physically felt like I had like been in there. So like that's why, you know, it's good to remember that like that childlike state you were in when you actually like went into your dreams and you experienced them as if they were just as real as, you know, it's not until we're older and we, you know, get indoctrinated and programmed basically to believe that, you know, our dreams don't matter. But really, they're just as valuable as real experiences we have in the physical reality.
It's so true. Like, I know Astro has shared this with us, and I've personally experienced this as well, where I actually learned certain things in the dream realms. Like, I had a dream, and I was learning how to do it, and then I came outside of the dream, and I was like, you know, let me try it myself. Like, you know, like, I literally learned this from a dream, and it was crazy because, you know, I dealt with the same thing. I dreamt a lot when I was a kid. I remember having like these really profound dreams and waking up and even feeling really emotional about certain dreams and stuff. And then the older I got, the more kind of like, you know, I just didn't really remember them, or I didn't really take them as serious. But there's a reason why we naturally dream. And, you know, it's like the mind will like, you know, make these like realities in a way in the dream realms, and then it's like we also kind of see like even the physical, it's not too much different. Like it's still just projections, and you know that's why we say like, you know, from the spirit, the mind, and then, you know, the mind and then the body, because when you can tap into a certain, you know, wavelength and certain things within the mind, you can actually make certain things change into your physical reality. But anyways, I was gonna say, you know, the more that I started to like practice, like, okay, you know what, I want to try to remember some of my past dreams. The more I started to practice, when I did have a dream, I'd write it down. Before I'd go to bed, I would reread certain dreams to kind of just get my mind back into that like dreaming type of vibration so I could remember that. So it all starts with like practicing and remembering your dreams, because you can't remember your dreams if you're not having your dreams, right? Or you can't go lucid if you're not even remembering. And then what helped me start becoming lucid was that it's that awareness, like I was saying, like, and Brett was saying, and Astro was saying, it's really not that much different whenever, and sometimes you can tell the difference. I've had dreams where I'm like, wait a minute, did that really just happen? Like, or was that a dream, or was this like, you know, reality? And of course you want to have the awareness to know that what's different, you know, what's true and what's not, because that's a whole other story. I'm not gonna go there. But yeah, you know, because some people get lost in the sauce with some of this stuff. But you know, you want to
like all they want to do is lucid dream, or all they want to do is astral projection. That's like the thing too, is not chasing the experience and like working up to it. So when it does come, you're like aware of it, but you're like discerning between like the reality and like, no, this is just, you know, you don't want to get lost in a lucid dream to where, oh, I just want to be dreaming because I have this perfect reality in the dreams. And you come back to the physical and like your life is total shit because like, you let it
you
go.
You neglected a part of the Trinity. You neglected the physical aspect. It's all connected, and it all comes back to awareness is my main point. And that's what lucidity really is, being lucid. You know, like he was saying, he was in the dream and he realized he was in the dream. Just like in this reality, you realize, you know, like I love that saying that he said, you know, you're in this world, but you're not of this world. And, you know, it just kind of gives you a perspective like, whoa, I'm aware. Like, I'm aware right now. Like, and that's what it's like when you become aware in those dream-like realms. And so the biggest thing that helped me lucid dream was just being aware and practicing that present moment awareness, practicing, you know, paying attention to my breath, because my breath, reminding myself to pay attention to my breath is what helped me remind myself to be present and aware in the moment. But yeah.
Let's get back to the video. Some good stuff.
Lucid dreaming. This was actually when I started to train to learn how to lucid dream again, because I had lost the ability after, you know, neglecting my dreams over time. Then I started to work on it and I came up with different techniques and I started to learn how to gain this ability back. And I'm going to talk about that more in the upcoming video workshops that I'm going to be releasing here soon. I'm actually releasing one tomorrow, and then I'll be releasing one in early January 2016, but I'll get to that at the end of the video. So the first lucid dream that I had when I started to gain this ability again was actually of me training telekinesis. So that's pretty awesome, right? You know, you're trying to lucid dream again, and then your first lucid dream, you're actually performing telekinesis. The funny thing about it, at the time, I was actually practicing and training with telekinesis and aerokinesis, hydrokinesis, all these different kinesis. You know, these kinesises drove me crazy at one point because there's like 50 of them. I was able to take some of what I learned in my dreams back into the physical reality to help me perform telekinesis and aerokinesis and stuff right here. See, being able to recall your dreams is really important because there's things that you can learn there that actually can help you here. I actually learned the importance of dream recall from my older sister because she actually learned how to drive a manual transmission, you know, a stick shift transmission in her dreams. So at a very young age, I already knew that I could go into my dreams and learn things that I couldn't necessarily learn here. So I was dreaming and I was training telekinesis, right? Basically, I had a psi wheel and it was on this desk and I was standing in front of the desk and I was trying to learn how to move the psi wheel with just telekinesis. And there was an elderly man there that was actually training me. He looked like he was probably like 400 years old or something like that. I mean, his skin looked like it was falling off of his bones. I mean, it was really bad, but he had a lot of knowledge. So I started listening to this guy and I started actually being able to perform the telekinesis. And then I started to become lucid that I was actually in a dream. At that point, I was actually like, whoa, I'm actually in a dream, and it felt like I was actually there. Now what I started to do was take advantage of this telekinesis ability, and I started knocking over everything. I was shooting things across the room. I was even making things levitate. It was a really, really cool experience, but I actually was able to take some of the tips and things that I learned from the guy with the skin falling off in my lucid dream back into this reality to actually help me perform these abilities. So these are two of my first experiences that I can recall about my childhood, and also when I started to gain this lucid dreaming ability back again. So I am releasing a dream recall video workshop on reprogramthematrix.com in the RTM store. I'll have a link in the description that you can go ahead and check that out if you're interested in that, because dream recall is very important, being able to remember what goes on in your dreams, because you can actually learn a lot in your dreams that can help you here in this physical reality. Our ancestors took dreaming very serious, and they used it to actually help them navigate this matrix system that we call Earth. I will also be releasing in early 2016 another video workshop on lucid dreaming and another one on astral projection. So you can sign up for our newsletter below in order to get updates on when those are going to be released. Again, my gratitude. Thank you for watching. Peace in and out with love and the highest vibrations.
Hey.
All right.
That was pretty cool how it synced up, because I didn't get to watch the full video before we streamed this, so I didn't even know he was going to talk about that.
I know,
So that was pretty cool.
all of a sudden, like, all the points we made, and then he's like, yeah, it's like, he says everything. I'm like, well, there you go.
There's the confirmation.
But yeah, we'll definitely have, like we said, in the replay, we'll have the links in the description to the website, reprogramthematrix.com, and the RTM store where you can get the Dream Recall video workshop. And I know you've got it right. Yeah, we both have it. Yeah. So we've both been applying this information, and you know, it's made a big difference in like the way, you know, we can interpret our dreams, the way we can even like have that recall by applying some of the tips in this workshop. It's a really valuable tool. You know, it's not too long of a workshop, but it's definitely like highly valuable information that you can use for the rest of your life to better decode your dreams, better understand what's going on there, as well as some different like tips that can help you if you're not having the best recall to get to that level of recall.
Yeah, for sure. Like, and like just even watching it, like that first night, like I watched it, I had a lucid dream and I was like, there's no way, but it really is. It's because he's providing like the information, aka the energy, you know, and it helps activate you really, to get in tune more with like who you really are, and you know, the information that you want to get in tune with. And I love it too, because he's not just giving you all the love and light aspects of everything too. He's showing you like the reality of it, you know, and just like we were showing you the reality that like, you know, we've experienced where people will get lost in certain like fantasy dream worlds and basically get lost into the mind. And we don't want that for you guys. We want you to be able to, you know, like there's a reason why you wake up after a dream or after an astral projection, and that's something that Astro said, and I'm like, dude, it makes so much sense. Like, it's so true. Like, why, you know, we're meant to be in there. Some people believe that, like, you know, through the astral projection, that's how we, you know, transcend or whatever. And there's a reason why we wake up from there, like, and we're experiencing this reality. And just like there's a reason why we dream. You know, they can lead to so many things like cross synchronicities, where your dreams are actually kind of like, I don't want to say foretelling you, but it's like syncing up with things that are actually going on in your reality. And when you actually start to become more aware of like certain dreams and stuff, you can actually be able to kind of be like, you know, I kind of sense that something, you know, is going to happen like this today or something like that. And you can actually start, you know, plugging in and sensing what really is going on in the grids. So yeah, if there's any questions or anything, we'll leave a few minutes open, so that anybody can ask, or, you know, you want to share anything, feel free.
He's on there right now.
So we got
Kenny
5
Loss,
people.
Malcolm, War. High vibes, everybody.
High vibes.
Hope you guys are doing good.
Yeah, it was pretty. When I get lucid, I did fly like a ballerina, dance and do salto. That's so funny you say that. I had a dream once that I was dancing and I was really going in, you know, and like that's what helped me become lucid. I was like, man, I'm really dancing good right now. And then I was like, oh, I'm in a dream. And at the beginning of like my path, I used to love just straight up just going to fly, going to do something amazing that I couldn't, you know, do in like the physical realms, you know, just kind of take advantage of that fun and freeness that you can kind of have in the dream realms. And then I remember it was actually that specific dream. I was like, you know what? No, I'm not going to fly. Like, I kind of had a spirit talk with myself, and I was just kind of like, why am I dreaming this? Why am I aware right now? Where do you want me to go? And then it was like my navigation system went like boom, and then I just started walking, and I went up these stairs because I was at like a school playground, and I leave the playground and go to this building. I go up these stairs, and it's just like I see this garden, and it was like a child version of me, and there was like all this symbology going on, like with certain things that I needed to deal with, and I just went and like was dealing with it. And then Astro actually showed up in my dreams and was like, hey, come on. And then like we ended up leaving, and I ended up meeting with like different people. Kenny Locke said, this place is like a waking dream full of possibilities and information. And that's very true. That is very true. Like I was saying earlier in the video, like when you're aware, like that lucid feeling, like, it doesn't have to be just in a dream. It's really anywhere. Like right now, like you're just aware, like you're able to sense and pick up on like what's going on in this reality. It's just that this reality we deal with more of like a denser type of energies, you know. It was funny because that dream I was telling you guys about too, when I was walking up the stairs, I was really like becoming aware of myself, like walking. I was like, wow, this feels different. And I was comparing it to how it is to walk in the physical, and it's like a lot more denser, you know. And but it's interesting because oh, okay, Kenny Locke said, oh, and I had a thought about how you were always aware and conscious of something, but I'll get into more details on Instagram. High vibes to that, Kenny.
Looking forward to the video about that.
Yeah, you post a lot of really cool stuff on your Instagram, and it's really cool because even though you don't have a membership yet, which I heard that you are going to get a membership pretty soon, and I'm really excited for that because you'll get in the chats and you'll be able to meet with like more connects that aren't on Instagram, you know. But it's cool because I noticed that you sync up a lot with like what the community is going through as well. Like you, even just like the information that we're talking about, I'll notice you'll make a post about like the same type of thing, and I'm like, okay, he's connected. You know, he needs to get that membership, boy. So you can like, you know, vibe it up with us and everything. So definitely looking forward to that. But yeah, fam. I think we're gonna go ahead. Yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. But yeah, gratitude.
Gratitude for watching, everyone. Definitely stay tuned for the next one coming up on the weekend, and hope you all have a high vibing day.
Yeah.
Peace in and out.